Today's the 22nd of Tammuz, the 18th of July. So we said that today we're starting this topic called Shefa and O, which is probably the most central topic in all of Hasidic philosophy. And this is the main, it's to explain the main change that happened in Kabbalah around the 15th century, I think before the Arizal, but not long before the Arizal, when the Mekubalim, they stopped talking about Shefa and they started talking about O. And this word Shefa is a little hard to translate. I said effluence yesterday, then I checked the translation that I have. They use either influence or flow, which is okay also, but Shefa is like, I give you Shefa.
Flow is a good word.
Yeah, flow is not bad for the idea, but still it's okay. So we'll see then in the end it really doesn't matter, because the idea is what counts, and the idea is easier to explain than the word itself. And he says like this: ואלה שני הקושיות יתרצו ויובן המשכיל היטב אקדים הקדמה אחת, והוא הטעם מה שהמקובלים כינו להמשכת החיות האלוקות בשם אור ולא כלשון הפילוסופים שקראו שפע. So he says the philosophers called it Shefa. And when he says philosophers, he also means the early Kabbalah, because the early Kabbalah was very influenced by philosophy, by the philosophical language. Page 100. Yeah, you have it? So the early Kabbalah is very difficult. It's difficult to tell the difference exactly between it and philosophy. It's very close in language. So it used the word Shefa. Again, effluence, flow, influence, whatever it is. And the Mekubalim, when Kabbalah really started taking off in the 15th century, they changed it to O, to light. And that was a very interesting shift. ועל פי הקדמה זו יובן גם כן עניין שכללתי בעיקר החמישי בשם בעל עיקרים. And according to this introduction, which really introduction in Torah means this summary of the topic. Hakdama really is not an introduction. It's really actually the summary. I'm going to give you the synopsis of everything. It's more a synopsis than it is an introduction. So actually, when you read, right, there's whole books in Torah that are written as Akdamot. Each chapter is called an Akdama. So where's the book itself? The book itself is the Akdamot, because really you're getting synopsis of topics. You're not getting like just an introduction. You're getting the whole main course, everything. And so with this, we'll be able to understand something that he included on page 92. When in the beginning of chapter 3, he said there's 5 things we need to believe about Hashem. And then at the end of the 5 things, he added, ובכלל זה מה שהביא בעל העיקרים שהוא יתברך מסולק מן החסרונות. To this I have to add what Rabbi Yosef Albo added or explained in his work, Sefer HaIkarim, the book of principles of faith, that Hashem is without any lack. He has no lack. He has nothing missing. There's nothing that he needs, as it were, and he has everything. He doesn't need anything. The need is a very laden word today, so I'm not going to really use need. I'm going to say lack. Right. So ta'ava is not that he's lacking anything. It just says he wants something specific. Okay. So you don't know that some people who have everything want something, who have some craving.
Musk, he has everything. He still has a flavor.
Okay. Taiva is like, it's not to fill a need. Put it this way, that really in psychology we talk today, I talk a lot about at least, but it's a well-known topic, that there's a difference between needs and desires. Did we mention this? I don't remember if we mentioned these 2 words. In Hebrew there's no good 2 words. They say this taiva, that taiva.
Oh, there's no differentiation?
Yeah, it's hard to find 2 words. In English it's very easy.
Very easy, yeah.
So need is like something you can fill. I need to eat. I'm hungry. Okay, so I eat. I'm not hungry anymore. Okay. And then everything is tzarich in Hebrew. But then there's also those things that I desire, which are unsatiable. They can't be satiated in any way, not even temporarily. And that's like the desire, the taiva for the infinite.
Yeah, that's right.
that man's search for the infinite, my need to connect to Hashem, to cling to God, is infinite. It can't be satiated at all. Even for a moment it can't be satiated. And that's what the Baal Shem Tov calls ta'anug tmidi eino ta'anug, that constant pleasure is not pleasure at all. Because constant pleasure is something you can talk about, I filled my stomach. Physically, I filled it. Okay, so now I have pleasure now. For a few hours I'm full. I feel satiated. But the true pleasure is not the pleasure that can be satiated. The true pleasure is the pleasure that can only be touched. Nogea ve'no nogea, you can touch and not touch it. And it can never be satiated by it, not even for a moment. So that really is what we mean when we say Hashem has a taiva, Hashem has a craving. It's infinite. It's not the regular that I lack something and I fill it. That's exactly what the Baalei Karim says he doesn't have. He doesn't have that lack that you can now satiate by doing something, by giving him something. There's nothing you can give him. There's nothing you can make him satiated by. But he does have a taiva, but he does have infinity in him. And the infinite can be infinitely craving, without end. And we have some of that also. We as human beings.
Explain his, as you mentioned, craving.
It's his infinity. It's his infinite aspect.
When I listen to a beautiful concept, let's say.
What?
When I listen to a beautiful concept,
Yeah.
I don't really need it, but I'm getting it all. I can go and on.
And music's a good example because you can never be satiated. I mean, you can be
Certainly
satiated by.
He created the world.
Good. So he wanted it. He craved it. But he continues to create it. It's a continuous act.
Yes.
That's why it also can't. The world. He could have created a world which was permanent. You need to create it once and you can leave.
But he didn't do that.
But he didn't do that. He created a world that he has to constantly recreate because that desire is infinite. It continues on all the time. So the Maaseh Yadai Chsof, he says, I yearn for the handiwork of my hands, as it were.
For the what of work?
Handiwork.
Handiwork. Yeah.
So he says that this will also explain that principle that we learned from Rabbi Yosef Elbo, that Hashem has no lack. Bichlal zeh she'en bo la'ut. And it also means he's never weary, he's never slow, he's never tired. Ela kedichtiv lo yi'af velo yiga. But as Isaiah says in chapter 40, he will not be tired, he will not be weary. וכדכתיב, אתה הוא השם לבדך, אתה עשית את השמיים. And as it says, you Hashem alone, you made the heavens. כמאמר, אתה הוא קודם שנברא. And you exist before everything was created. ומי שנברא, בהשוואה אחת ממש. And after everything was created, you're still you. And you have not changed. There is no change. So this whole principle will explain this change from Shefa to Or and these principles.
The one thing in AI that blows my